Hey there. I want to start to say that Ethereum at the moment is expensive and quite a nightmare to use. You would need to pay 20 cents for transaction fees to pay for a coffee. Raiden is cheaper and might help you and the barista. So I'm Dominik, and since 2 years working at Raiden, and we have a nice little office in the Alps. And we've seen a lot of great talks today, but blockchains are still far from mass adoption. With Raiden, we have the goal to provide a decentralized payment infrastructure that is secure, reliable, and performant. With decentralized, we mean no one is excluded, no one can censor, and no one can shut it down. In terms of what a user would expect from a payment infrastructure, meaning that secure means that money does not get stolen, reliable means Raiden does not crash when you use it, and performant means a transfer is executed in just a short moment. And in this talk, I want to outline the challenges that are connected to that from a user's point of view. Like buying a coffee using a complex distributed system with all the inherent errors and pitfalls has quite some challenges in terms of user experience. In Raiden, you do not need to pay for gas fees, as we said, like these 20 cents when you transfer tokens. So just imagine you buy a coffee with Raiden. Raiden is a payment channel network and works with any ERC20 compliant token, which means any token that is like at the Ethereum blockchain at the moment. And we will first look what is a payment channel and then quickly how you can build a network out of it before we go to the user experience challenges. A payment channel is a contract between two different parties, here Alice and Bob, where they deposit a certain amount of tokens. Alice deposits 4 and Bob deposits 2 in this case. And then they can make unlimited transfer in between themselves up to the total sum of the initial deposit. They cannot exceed the amount of tokens held on chain by both parties respectively and are therefore guaranteed to be redeemable for tokens. When making a payment, the sender simply signs a message and sends it to the receiver, like guaranteeing when the contract is over or settled that the corresponding party will get the tokens. And basically what they do is they do not tell the blockchain every transfer and every action. So it's way faster and way cheaper. And they only tell the blockchain when they set up or settle the channel, like closing the contract. Right? This is a payment channel. So basically they do all the stuff off chain. They sign messages and send to each other via WhatsApp or whatever. And then at the end of their contract, they just come back to the blockchain. And the clue is now, you can now chain payment channels together to transfer tokens within a network. So Alice can not only send tokens to Bob, but to anyone in the network by like chaining these messages together. And within a network of payment channels, many payments can happen concurrently and independently of each other. So in theory, it's way faster and way cheaper than transacting on the main chain, on the main Ethereum blockchain. 2 weeks ago, we released Aldebaran, which is a major milestone for us. And this is how the network looks at the moment. This is what you see now is the network denominated in the DAI stablecoin, meaning one coin is $1. And in DAI, there are currently $500 million. So it's a huge market with potentially many, many coffee buyers. And another stablecoin, Tether, is the biggest gas consumer at the moment. So in theory, it's a huge market. And we have a solution for that. We have a solution for all those people that are trying to transact at the moment with those stablecoins. But let's take a moment and talk about user experience. So potentially there are a lot of users wanting to buy a coffee, but we definitely have to help them to use Raiden. We think we tackle those issues, those user experience issues, with our new Alderaan release. I want to talk about 4 different user experience problems that we want to tackle. And one is definitely only few people want to run an Ethereum full node to pay for their coffee. That problem is like you have to synchronize with the blockchain and with Raiden all the time to be able to know the current state and to be able to do transfer. Or we implemented 2 solutions for that. One is our Lite client, which is just a client that you can run on your mobile phone or in your browser. It can also implement it into commonly used wallets, such that you can use Raiden without the need of running an Ethereum full node. But what you see here is just a token transfer in Raiden using the Lite client. So this might be a solution for people that just want to buy a coffee and do not want to run the whole Ethereum node. Furthermore, if you want to run a full Raiden client, like when you have a computer at home or on DApp node, then we help you to set it up with just a few clicks to get everything you need to do all the prerequisites you have to do until you can start using Raiden. So all the blockchain interactions before, we help you setting up an Infura account, and then you can just simply start Raiden or just use it. So we hope we can reach a lot of users with those 2 tools. A second problem that we identified is payment success. I think only a few people want to wait 10 minutes with their barista to see their payment succeed, right? So if you stay there and want to pay for your coffee, but you need to catch a bus and then you need to look at your phone and the payment doesn't go through. The problem is, in a distributed system such Raiden, no one can guarantee that your payment finds a way through the network. We have implemented a pathfinding service for that helps you finding the shortest and cheapest route through the network. The pathfinding service keeps track of the current state of the network, like which nodes are online currently, what are the current channel balances and fees, and helps you to find a path that is the shortest and cheapest. Another problem was that in this kind of networks, like Raiden is the same as Lightning for Bitcoin, for example, you kind of need to be online all the time and watch the blockchain to prevent your channel partner from cheating at you. Which means if your channel partner wants to close the channel, then you kind of need to be online to challenge his closing statement in case he wants to cheat at you. So, but only to buy a coffee, it's kind of a problem to stay online 24/7 with your Raiden node. So we implemented a monitoring service, which is like a service you pay that is online all the time, and you just give this monitoring service the latest state of your channel. And whenever your channel partner wants to close the channel and you are on vacation, then it will just update the latest state and your channel partner can't cheat. The fourth problem we have identified with Raiden and blockchain tech in general is that this kind of technology and all the terms involved are quite complex. So only a few people want to graduate in computer science to pay for their coffee, right? So, and this problem we have not solved, and I think the whole ecosystem is trying to solve this. But how we tackle it is we put a lot of effort into our documentation. We have a developer portal to help people that want to run an app or a D-app and using Raiden as a payment infrastructure to help them to set it up quite quickly, to test it, and to explain it in very few words and terms. We also have a technical help chat that we always watch, and we kind of answer every question, I guess. So we try to help people to use Raiden and to build it into their product. Which leaves me at the last slide, and I want to encourage you to try Raiden yourself. It's actually quite easy with the Raiden installer, and you just need a tiny amount of ETH and maybe 5 minutes of your time to install it, click it, and then you can do your first transfer in the Raiden network.
Want access to more CogX videos? Subscribe now for free at cogx.co.